Hey guys, it's Jake from Biohack. How are you doing today? This is probably one of the strangest things that you've seen is I'm wearing prism glasses. This is to improve my posture while I am looking down like at my phone or reading a book or anything. So what this allows me to do is see at a reflective angle so I can keep my neck straight and aligned because I have a CCI. That's cranio-cervical instability. That is when the vertebrae in your neck, your cervical spine, are not aligned and they have either too much ligament laxity, which means like they overstretch and your vertebrae um, overhang on each other. It also causes you to have like bobblehead syndrome. And this is after I had a major TBI from a metal valance falling like 20 or 30 feet onto my head and was like 20 or 30 pounds. Uh, so I'm still suffering those repercussions. I went to do PRP last month at Regenexx in Colorado with Dr. Schultz for my CCI. And it's supposed to be about 3 to 6 months, they say, that PRP will help for it. So they're not doing standard PRP. They're doing uh, platelet poor plasma, so leukocyte poor plasma, I believe, actually. So there's a lot of growth factors, but a lot less inflammatory factors in there. So when they inject the platelet-derived growth factors into wherever area with PRP, they're able to get a uh, beneficial growth factor effect to grow the ligaments and tissue and stuff of that area, the cartilage, without creating a hyperimmune response. Uh, so, what I had personally was injections into the facet joints of my cervical spine. And if this goes well, I might do another round of PRP. If I want to go even further or I'm getting no results, then I might do what's called PICL. It's bone marrow derived stem cells that they use to inject into you. And it's through. So the stem cells is not the part that makes the pickle. The pickle is their percutaneous something like that they're going for the alar ligaments of the C1 vertebrae. So they go through your mouth and inject the PRP or platelet growth factors or the stem cells, bone marrow derived stem cells, through your mouth to get to the front part of the C1 vertebrae, because you can't go through the back of the neck without going through the spinal cord. So you don't want to inject through the spinal cord because that will cause a lot of neurological damage. So that's kind of why I'm wearing these glasses. I have a bobblehead syndrome with CCI. I've got an overhang on the right side of my C1 to C2. So when I bend my head to the right, it really overhangs, and I'm looking forward to healing from all this. If you have experience with this or you've had problems with CCI, let me know. It's not a huge community out there. I'm sure it is a larger community, but the diagnosis for it is a lot uh, unrecognized. Like, it took me a while to get a diagnosis to figure this stuff out. I had to get a flexion extension x-ray, which led to a DMX being done, a digital motion x-ray. That was performed in a van where I am. There's not many DMXs in the country, but you might be able to find it in your state. I think there's at least one DMX per state is kind of where it is. And if not, that would be a great business for someone to get into. Uh, and then I had to redo another DMX at Katz's clinic in Colorado before I did any of these procedures because they had to do it accurately. And they're the only people that I know that are actually doing the research on DMX in relation to CCIs. So it was good to get that done there. And Regenexx is the only place that I know is outputting research on CCI and PICL and all these kind of things, where everything else is just a case study. So it's good to see a registry of data coming from there, and that's what gave me confidence to choose that clinic. Anyway, if you have questions about this, write it in the comments, or if you have experience about CCI or head injuries and neck injuries. Just want to know what more is out there. So thank you guys for listening to me and looking up my nose for about 6 minutes now. All right, guys, catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys, and stay beautiful.